Clarkson contingent here. Just a few notes before we get started. Clarkson improves to 35-5 with the win and advances Sunday's national championship game to face Minnesota. With the win, Clarkson reaches the 30-win plateau for the first time in school history. Sunday's game will be the 6th all-time meeting between Clarkson and Minnesota, but the first since the 2010-11 season. So we'll follow the same format as we did earlier. We'll start off with an opening question from Coach, then we'll go into questions for the student athletes and let them go back to what they need to do, and then we'll head back into some questions for Coach. So Coach, congratulations, and if you could just start off with an opening statement, please.
Thank you. Obviously, exciting night for us. Biggest win in the program's history. I thought the girls did a great job just kind of sticking with it tonight. Thought we came out maybe with a little bit of jitters and that, and then when they got the first goal, the energy went down a little bit, but I give a lot of credit to the players that they just stuck with it, got the energy level back up, and then just stuck with the game plan and followed through with it.
Joined by Vanessa Gagnon and Renata Fast, and Sarah is off to my left with the microphone. We ask that you please just raise your hand, give us your affiliation, and utilize the microphone, please. Thank you.
Cap Carey, Watertown Times. First for Vanessa, the goal that you scored, how much of a hustle play was that for both you and Jamie Lee on that play?
Yeah, it was quite, we both went for it. Jamie pretty much did all the work. She got in the corner to make sure I got the puck, and I mean, I saw it at the last second, so I dove for it and we got the goal. So a lot of credit goes to Jamie Lee, who really stuck with the puck in the corner there and got off it from the goalie, from the defense, and I just had to finish it, but really goes to Jamie Lee.
And a quick question too for you, Renata. The two shots you had from the outside, the one goal and one that was tipped, just what did you kind of see on those two plays, and how did it feel to have a big role in offense? I know it's usually not your job, but
Yeah, no, definitely. It felt pretty good. My main goal was to get the puck on net. I mean, from the point, that's pretty much the job, and whether it gets tipped or just goes in, I had some big screens up in there, so it was a lot of help.
Pat Edenroth, the Associated Press. Obviously, as Coach said, biggest win in school history, so how do you not be satisfied with this when you know what's ahead of you on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to appreciate what we've done, but our main goal is not done yet, so we're looking ahead of us, and we got a big game coming up, and we're not backing down. It's not because it's Minnesota that we're not going to be aggressive, and we're going to be even more into it, and they're going to get a hell of a good game.
Matt Semish on CA.com. Renata, what did the coaches tell you after during the first intermission? Because obviously you had a reasonably healthy lead in terms of shots, but for this to be your first period and your first Frozen Four, looking at the scoreboard wasn't really, the best way to go back to the room.
Yeah, I mean, coming out for the second period, we did exactly what we needed to do. I mean, the first period, we had pressure and we were doing everything right. It's just, obviously the results didn't come back as we wanted, but we just knew we needed to keep calm, and it's our first Frozen Four, so that was kind of like our first period, got it out of the way, and we just needed to come back out hard exactly the way we were doing it, and we knew it would come. I mean, the forecheck we were putting out there, we were putting a lot of pressure on them, so it was bound to happen eventually.
I don't know if my math is right, but I think it's like 32 games that you guys have allowed one goal or fewer this year. Can you just talk about the defense on this team, what it is that allows you to do that, besides your goaltending?
Yeah, obviously we have great goaltending. I think our systems are built a lot around defense. We stress that a lot, and that's kind of where we start. We start with our defense and go from there. So, I mean, we have some solid defenders, and we just try to be aggressive at all times down low in the corners, and we get lots of blocks from our forwards from the point, so that really helps out.
Justin Cohen, Inside Hockey. This one's for either of you. You guys have played in this building before, being an ECAC opponent to Quinnipiac. Was there a sense of comfort playing on this ice, knowing the success that you've had here?
I think we could say so, but at the same time, I mean, for all of us, we have a young program, and it was the first time the Frozen Four, so I think Mercier's had the comfortable end of it because they've been through the Frozen Four a lot of times, and for us it was all new. So no, I think it was a big it was a game that was a lot of mental into it. We had to make sure we were ready, we were prepared for it because it was our first time. I didn't feel like we had the comfort of it just because we were at QTAC, because just the fans too. It's such a different feeling for us to have a lot of people supporting us, and I guess that helped a lot though because our fans were supportive, and I think I'm really proud of my girls because it was our first time here, and you could tell there was some stress in the room before the game, but after the first 10 minutes, I don't think it showed at all, and we were just going after it, and we knew we were going to win at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Ladies, thank you. I'll let you head on out, and we'll open it up for questions for Coach at this time.
Hi, Coach. Russell Jassel from USCHO.com. Obviously, a lot of talk on your team is about your Patty Casimir finalists, but today you got contributions from across the board. Talk about how important that was for today and how important that's going to be for Sunday.
Yeah, I think that's been it's been a key for us all season, to be honest with you. I thought we've always talked about the depth that we have on this team, and it showed tonight. Obviously, Jamie Lee's a special player, but you can go through our lineup and there's a lot of special players in our group, and they all have their particular roles, and they all play them well. And like I said, I thought they did a very good job of that, not only tonight, but throughout the season. Obviously, against a team like Minnesota, we're going to have everyone playing at their top level, their A game, and playing within themselves and within their role as well, just like we have done all season.
I'm sure you know what happened with Mercyhurst last year in the Frozen Four in their semifinal with the U. They get scored on 13 seconds and didn't really get much better for them from that. How do you feel like your team sort of did you make sure that the team knew that, and how do you feel like the first period went in terms of what your expectations for it, and do you feel like that's about the first period that you were hoping for?
Obviously, it's always important to get out there and get the lead. You have all the stats that prove the point of, whoever scores the first goal usually wins the games in that, and that holds true for a lot of teams. But to be honest with you, at this time of year, that stuff doesn't really matter. Every team's good. You have to continue to keep playing strong. Our girls knew, we talked about it throughout the week, throughout the game, during intermission. Whatever happens, we got to make sure that we keep a level head and just keep playing the way we can play. And I thought that we did that tonight, even though we got down a goal in that first period. I thought our girls did a good job just kind of plugging along and getting some chances for themselves in the first period and that. And then we regrouped a little bit in the second period, and then I thought we kind of took over control of the game a little bit more and started playing a little bit more the style we needed to.
Coach, the man who started the program, or was the first head coach, Rick Silly, was in the building tonight. Did he get a chance to talk to you before the game, and if so, what were his words?
Yeah, we've seen Rick the last few days and that at some meetings and that. We saw him before the game as well. He just said good luck. Obviously, the coaches within our league, we're all rooting for the coaches within our leagues, the team within our leagues when they get to this certain point. So yeah, he just wished us good luck.
Coach, can you address Vanessa's Bobby Orr style dive there and how much energy that gave the team?
Yeah, that's a typical Vanessa Gagnon play right there. She's definitely one of the heart and souls of this team with her work ethic, not only on the ice but off the ice too. She comes to the rink with a great attitude every day and a great work ethic. She's the exact same way on the ice as she is in the classroom as well, and that's why she's won some of the academic awards that she has throughout her career, and especially this year. So she's just a kid that she just wants to win, not only for the program but her teammates. She puts her teammates in front of everyone, and she just puts everything on the line for them.
Matt, with Aaron out, obviously you're missing a lot of points on the blue line. With play like Renata had tonight, those two plays that she was part of, how's it helping to see other people that can kind of maybe pick up a little of what she brings you when she's healthy? Aaron out back there.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, a lot of our players have stepped up over the last couple of weeks, filling the void of Aaron on the lineup. You know, our defense have done a great job holding some pretty good teams to some not very many scoring chances and not very many goals. And a lot of that goes for our defensemen, but also our forwards too. They've been doing a great job getting back on the back check, helping out the defense. And like I said, a lot of players have stepped up and had to fill some different roles. If we need someone on a PK or in some different situations like that, they've accepted that, and they're just a team that wants to do anything they can to be successful.
Obviously, we've talked about the defensive play, but when it comes to the offense, obviously didn't score in the first period, but once the goals finally started coming in, they kept coming in. But through the first period and even going into the second, did you feel like it was just a matter of time until they started hitting the net?
To be honest with you, I thought so. I thought in the first period we had generated some chances where there's some loose pucks around the net that we just couldn't get to. They were doing a decent job of clearing them away and boxing us out to get some of those loose pucks. The main thing with the first period too is we weren't allowing ourselves to generate some second and third opportunities for ourselves. We were missing the net a little bit too much, and that was one of the main focuses between periods, is just telling them, you know, keep going the way we're going, but we got to make sure we're hitting the net and creating those rebounds and second and third opportunities for ourselves. And sure enough, they'll just keep coming along if we keep plugging like that.
Take two more questions for Coach.
Coach, as you know, Clarkson's not won the national championship in any sport, and hockey being, of course, the big sport up in Clarkson and Potsdam, New York. What was the community's reaction when you left town to come here to Connecticut, and how important do you think it is for the town and the college to maybe win your first national championship?
Yeah, we've had a great reception over the last few weeks. The community's really rallied around us and come out and supported us very well. Before we left campus, we actually had a little gathering outside the bus. There's a good 75 to 100 people out there, just and a police escort as well to get us out of town. But you know, they came out to congratulate the girls and just wish them the best of luck. But like you said, it's a small community up in the North Country, and you know, hockey means a lot to the community up there and everyone within it. So it would be a huge deal for us to bring back a national championship. But I know even if we don't, I know the community supports us. They're proud of us. They're proud of the girls and the job that they've done this season.
Obviously, you and Shannon both played in Frozen Fours when you were at St. Lawrence, but how are you finding the differences between going to a Frozen Four as a player and going to Frozen Four as a coach?
There's a lot more things to worry about when you're a coach. As a player, you just go out there and work your hardest and do what you can to win the game. As a coach, you got to start breaking down film. You got to try and match lines. You got to do all those little things. So it is a little bit different, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're enjoying the process throughout it as well. You don't want to let something like this slip by and look back and not enjoy yourself through it. But you know, we've told our girls all along, make sure we're enjoying this, but at the same time, we came here to get 2 wins.
Coach, thank you. Congratulations.